What's up, y'all? Welcome back for another one. So in this video, we're going to be reacting to a video entitled "The Real Reason Lil Baby's Career is Declining." I don't know if y'all seen the pictures or the videos of him on stage, man, with them shorts and the tattoo. Oh, we're going to show that. We definitely going to show that. That was kind of crazy. But despite what people may think, I don't think his decline is due to academics. I think it's self-inflicted, but let's get right into this video and we'll talk about it then.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. And today we locking in on the downfall of Lil Baby. There was once a time when Lil Baby becoming the top dog felt inevitable. Every song, every feature was a hit.
Yeah.
He had the streets, he had the charts, and for a moment, he had the culture in the palm of his hand. But today, the tone around him has changed. The excitement is gone. And in this video, we answer the question of why Lil Baby's career is declining. So let's go back to 2020 when Lil Baby dropped The Bigger Picture, a song that cut through the noise. At the height of the George Floyd protests, it wasn't just a track, it was a moment. A rare glimpse of vulnerability, purpose, and urgency. And suddenly, people weren't just nodding along, they were listening. They started to wonder, could he be the next voice of a generation? And then came My Turn. Not just his best work, but arguably the best mainstream rap album of that year. Hits like Whoa, Grace, Emotionally Scarred.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. When it came to that song and then this album, I thought he was gonna be on the scene like a superstar for a long time to come, man. I would have not thought that. I want to say his image would have taken the turn that it did, especially after that video, in 2020. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Another young dude, he could rap and shit. I like this music. Then that video made me kind of look at him like in a different light, as far as like along the lines of, I'm not comparing them, but like Tupac, that in that sense where, okay, he ain't just in it to rap. He ain't just making good music, but he also got a message he can carry in. While I don't want necessarily for him to change his style to that, to be able to incorporate that into his raps would be nice to see. You know what I'm saying? It didn't go that way though. It didn't go that way. And in fact, it went the totally opposite way pretty much after this album for the most part.
Blended street energy with real substance. On Twitter and Reddit, fans debated, is Lil Baby about to pass Drake? That was a real conversation.
Yeah, it was.
But every run ends. And in 2022, things started to shift quickly. Then came It's Only Me, the long-awaited follow-up. Despite its commercial success, selling 216K first week, it didn't possess the staying power that My Turn had, with individual songs falling out of the top 100 soon after its release. Lil Baby was able to parlay the momentum from My Turn into It's Only Me to generate those great first week numbers, but the momentum died with fans and critics starting to point out that his music has become predictable.
Right now, Lil Baby scratches one stylistic itch pretty well, but truly it is just that one itch. As across this LP, his flows are very one-dimensional, to the point where you might hit instances of deja vu from the first leg of the record to the last leg of the record.
Lil Baby found a formula, and he was stuck in it. He wasn't evolving, and he wasn't adapting. The world was changing, and Lil Baby was still trying to recreate the same old hits.
Instrumentally as well as vocally, you really do have to wonder.
I think this is a recurring theme with most artists, the majority of artists, right? Which means you have to give more credit to people like Kendrick, right? And some of y'all would want to throw Drake in there, but I'm about to tell you why I'm not. You got to give credit to Kendrick because he can change and keep up while staying true to himself and not having to go outside of himself via writers, reference tracks, etc., etc. Drake, on the other hand, can't get that same kudos because, yes, he's been able to have the staying power and keeping up because he's been able to incorporate all these different sounds from different regions and so on and so forth, but it's not really him. Look, on just superficially making music, staying up with the times, yes, Drake has done that. But me, myself, I respect more when it comes from the artist, as far as like, this is what they created. This came from them. To be able to have that type of versatility, that type of vision, that type of courage, right? Because sometimes you don't know if it's going to work, like a Mr. Morale, but then still to be able to come back with a GNX and it does exceptionally well. There's a whole lot to be said for that, man, because the majority of artists cannot do it. And look, get in, get your money, and when it fizzle out, it fizzle out. But I did think that Baby would be able to be one of those artists that was going to be able to keep up. And it just hasn't been the case.
What are tracks like No Fly Zone as well as FR adding at this point in the album that the previous 16 songs or so didn't already bring to the table? In my opinion, not much. Why are they even here? It feels not so much like we're making an album and more just playing into this algorithmic crapshoot where we throw as many songs out there as we can in hopes that like one of them pops off.
Rumblings of his decline were starting, but the conversation wasn't loud yet. Enter DJ Academics. While most mainstream media appear to avoid publicly criticizing artists, Ack embraces it. He thrives in it. Known for his brash takes and no-holds-barred commentary, Ack brought a magnifying glass to the brewing conversation around Lil Baby.
He got to the point where niggas was ready to start giving him the crown, and right at the moment where he just needed to deliver one more hot project, he fumbled it. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
He needed the Carter 3 moment. He needed that for this album. If he does that, we're having a different conversation this week saying, yo, is Drake out of here? And he's the guy.
From viral critiques to his infamous streams, Academics didn't just have a voice. He had a megaphone that echoed across one of the biggest platforms.
Look, people still give Ack too much credit, though. Yeah, he got the voice, but it's Lil Baby's fault. It don't matter what Ack say. He's not making the music. Ack can say whatever he wants. Yes, he has a big platform, but that's a small portion still of music fans, especially even Lil Baby fans. So while he does have some say, what he said didn't make or break Baby. What will make or break Baby is the music that he puts out. So they give Ack too much credit when it comes to this, man. Even when Ack started going against him and all of that shit, still way too much credit. Ultimately, it's Lil Baby's fault, because if you put out the music that's good enough, don't nobody care about that shit. Nobody's going to say anything, and there's other voices beside Axe in the industry, right? So they're going to overshadow him. What he says wouldn't even matter. You just got to make the type of music that's going to drown him out. And Baby wasn't able to do that.
Forms in the hip hop space. Complex even recognized Academics as the top 3 most powerful streamers in hip hop. So when Baby name dropped him on his album twice, saying Academics know he ain't as rich as me, and Academics think they can't get touched, that wasn't just a diss. That was an invitation, and Ack accepted.
You rappers got to know what you're doing when you're mentioning Ack. Ack got a little bit loud platform now, got a little loud microphone, and he loves the attention. My favorite times was when I was beefing with Meek and Nicki. You know why? They're the biggest names. I can't lose. I get on the mic every day. You niggas drop an album and go disappear and make weird captions and weird posts for the next 3 years. I'm going to be here daily. Night in, night out.
Stream after stream, clip after clip. He didn't just roast his music. He dismantled his entire brand every single day on stream.
Yo, if you look close at this picture, Michael Rubin is pinching his nipple. Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, see,
that's how Atlanta give it up.
And the worst part,
again, that ain't that. That's Baby. Like, bro, what is you doing, man? That ain't that. Baby gave him, look, what the fuck is this? And yeah, the sandwich is the worst. You can almost explain to Rubin coming up behind you, grabbing you, surprising you and shit, but the sandwich though. This is all Baby's work, man. This ain't Act, just took advantage of it. That's it. Baby gave him the ammo, though. And also, man, like, what about this? Like, do you think of different ways that he probably sabotaged himself? Look at this right here.
Get your pants back, go and get your pants back, Lil Baby. Pants back, go and get your pants back, baby. On block, baby, got some.
Yo, people been grinding him up about this outfit. He got the thigh tattoos. He got the short shorts, bro. Look, and this ain't to say that he's one thing or another, but it's perception. Y'all got, you know what I'm saying? Like from the Mark Rubin stuff or whatever the hell his name is to this, we just seen the sandwich he was in. To this, like, come on, bro.
them short shorts. Oh Lord, I get to the money, I ain't poor. Check my short shorts, check his short shorts. On the stage, he on tour. I know his legs is cold like New York. Get your pants.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness. So it's stuff like this that just it throws people off, man. It throws people off.
Close at this picture, Michael Rubin is pinching his nipple. Yeah, that's how Atlanta give it up.
And the worst
man.
part, he was saying what many fans and the media outlets were already thinking, but were too hesitant to say out loud.
Yo, Lil Baby, bro, like, you got to stop trying to make On Me. Like, the video even looks like On Me. Like, that's the thing with Lil Baby is, like, I don't think he knows when he has a new flow and when it's going to work, because it'll work one time, but he's out of cycle while dropping music, and he'll make that same song 10 times. Like, he caught one with Whoa and made Whoa 10 times. He caught one with On Me, made On Me 10 times.
The critiques were once scattered across Reddit and Twitter, but now they had a face, a name, and a massive platform. And just like that, Lil Baby wasn't the golden child anymore. He was an artist free-falling quickly. But there's something else that we need to talk about, something that's impacted the entire Atlanta rap scene: the YSL RICO case. When Young Thug got arrested in May 2022, it sent shockwaves through the industry. His lyrics were used against him in court, and entire street associations were folded into legal evidence. And Atlanta rappers took notice. The bold talk, the street narratives, it suddenly became more risky, more quiet. You could feel the energy shift. And Lil Baby, he felt the pressure too, with speculation that his 4PF label could be swept up in a possible RICO case as well. The rumors grew stronger after Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis made a public declaration about filing additional high-profile RICO indictments in Atlanta in the same vein as the indictments filed against Young Thug, Gunna, and the remaining members of the YSL crew. In August 2023, Lil Baby decided to rebrand his entire label. 4PF was gone, and in its place, Glass Window Entertainment, his new imprint under Motown and Capitol. But the bigger signal was Baby's own mindset. In interviews, he talked about being more mindful, wanting to detach from the street rapper image. He didn't say it directly, but the RICO fear was in the air. And it wasn't just fear of lyrics, it was real life. And now Lil Baby, once the face of the streets, is looking for a safer image, a longer runway, and more control over his narrative. WHAM would be the first project released under Glass Window, and fans were curious. Would this mark a turning point? Feeling the pressure from fans, the industry, and even from the law, Lil Baby teased a new era. He posted on IG, "It's that time. I will say again, but this round will be totally different. I had the darkest period of my life these last 2 years, but I stayed down." And fans were hopeful. Finally, he might open up, get real, show growth. Lil Baby kicked off his promo run with different energy. He was doing more interviews, sitting down with Vic Blends and Lil Yachty and letting people in, having these deep conversations. And in those conversations, he revealed he was sitting on 2 albums. WHAM, described as the usual flex, cars, jewelry, women, and Dominique, a vulnerable, more introspective project focused on what he's been going through. His fans were begging for an album like Dominique. He had been hinting at a new chapter and a new mindset, and you could say this was the perfect time to drop this album, but instead, he played it safe. He dropped WHAM, and to be honest, that might have been a mistake. Lil Baby had planned to drop WHAM in January, but then follow up in February and drop Dominique. But now it's July, and there's still no sign of this Dominique album, this introspective take on what he's been going through. We're just left with WHAM, and these songs, they feel like leftovers, the same flows, the same beats. After teasing the darkest period of his life, Baby gave us more surface level bars, and even took a jab at Gunna, saying, "I don't care what he did. He a rat still. And I said what I said, don't at me." He would double down in an interview with Charlamagne when asked about a relationship with Gunna and said,
"I don't got no relationship, you know?"
Mm-hmm. Charlamagne also asked about how he felt with fans saying he can't make a hit without Gunna.
The internet says,
You want to know something I noticed about Baby? And I don't know, maybe he's like that depending on who he's around. He don't exude confidence necessarily. I'm not saying he's not confident. Like, I watched this interview with Charlamagne, and if I am mistaken, pretty much the whole interview, he sat just like this with his arms crossed, reserved. He looked down a lot. I mean, he just wasn't relaxed, man. You know, he wasn't like sit there just me and you. We talking eye to eye, face to face, man to man. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Boom. It's just like always mumbling, arms guarded and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's up with that. I don't want to make too much out of it. But it is an observation that I think says a lot, because when you think about the music, even this last album, it didn't do horrible, but there wasn't a lot of confidence. It didn't exude confidence. If you ask me, it didn't. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like something happened somewhere along the line, and Baby either lost the motivation, the desire to do it. You know what? But I think it was in this same interview too, where he said something to the effect of when they was talking about the beef, and Kendrick mentioning him, and he was like, "Well, I don't want to, rap is my work. I go to work. I don't want to deal with that at work." Some shit like that, right? Don't quote me, but he said something to that effect. Rap is work. And I wonder if that's it, if that's what the issue is. It's work. And after a while, you get tired of clocking in, and they feel that energy. So it's like, it's not his passion. It's not something he really wants to do. It's just work. And I feel like that energy comes through in these interviews, comes through in the music even. And when something's just work, it's hard to be creative, right? Creativity flows when you're loose, when you're open, when you're embracing something. And I just feel like he's not doing any of that, to me. That's the only thing I could think of when I seen this interview. Is like, dude, why is he so uptight and guarded and shit? Like, loosen up, man. Sit up and look at Charlamagne. Smile or something. I don't know. He just looks like he lacks confidence. And I don't know, man.
You can't make hits without Gunna. So do you think y'all ever make music again?
He don't never say anything.
Mm-hmm.
How many hits I got?
Absolutely.
So that don't even make sense.
Mm-hmm. How much do you pay attention to the internet?
Man, like, I only see what I gotta see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Before the YSL Rico case, Lil Baby and Gunna had a great relationship.
Who's your favorite person to perform with together on stage?
I mean, Gunna, of course.
Yeah?
Definitely Gunna.
Would you say Gunna's your closest friend in the industry?
Yeah. Definitely.
He looked more relaxed in this interview. I know this was a while
Lil
ago.
Baby even credited Gunna for teaching him how to rap.
Like, I didn't pay Gunna to write my songs. Like, I never put the songs out. But like, when I first started to rap, I used to like pay him like $100. Like I'm gonna give you $100. Like, write something for me so I could like try to learn how to go in there and record it. Like, I ain't never like recorded the songs and put them out, but like that's how I used to like practice, like try to get it right. Cause I just like start rapping out of nowhere, just like I rap. So then I just get him to like show me little stuff.
Maybe that's the problem then. And maybe, like I said, he's not that creative. That's why everything sounds the same, and he keeps trying to recreate the same sound when he has a hit. Because of this right here, what he just said. He needed somebody to write for him to help him get going. I know it doesn't sound as bad, but to me, that goes to originality, right? And just being able, it coming from yourself, right? I don't need somebody to write for me to be able to rap. Maybe if you want to kick around some ideas, I don't know, maybe I'm looking too much into this, but I think that says a lot. I never even heard this part before, but I think that says a lot about his own creativity and how deep it goes, or how not so deep it is, right?
Stuff like, like how to record a hook, or I ain't know none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was one of the ones, him and Thug, like them two, like shit, like I kind of just like sit back and watch them a lot. Definitely.
Fans who knew that history found it disheartening to watch Baby turn his back on Gunna. Followed him on IG and jumped into the hate train, calling him a rat in his music. And to many fans, that move felt desperate. Dissing Gunna, that's become a common theme between Baby and Thug, and people are tired of it. Lil Baby, we heard you the first 6 times. He might be a rat, but he clears Baby. We don't care about Lil Baby. We're Team Wanna. The internet chose Gunna, and the artists that continue to diss him just look tired and bitter.
Okay, to my point about the confidence. You see Gunna in his videos, he exudes confidence. He came through one of the craziest situations, man, where he could have went into a shell, shrink back, right? Where people's calling him a snitch. Some of the biggest artists in the world, Thug and Baby, doing and saying the things they've been doing and saying. Instead, he drowned that out, man, and he just made good music and exudes confidence. He's in videos, he's running, right? He's in shape. I don't get that same vibe from him that I've gotten from Lil Baby. So I think that, and it comes out in the music, in the creative process to me.
While Baby can certainly make a hit without Gunna, he can't deny the impact he's had on his career, and his absence has left a scar. Nowadays, we see Lil Baby collaborating with streamers like Neon, Ty Lil, and Casanat, guys you would never expect to be in the same room as Baby. But collaborating with streamers has become the new promo. And Lil Baby decided to link with Kai ahead of his album's release, but it backfired after Kai rated his album a whopping 6 out of 10.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Out of 10, first listen, I might have to go 6.5, bro.
And Kai gets criticized all the time for being too nice with his ratings, especially with people who he's cool with. So that 6, that hit different. Baby responded to Kai's rating in an interview saying,
People like Casanat, I feel like they like younger. Yeah, like they ain't gonna really to understand how I'm coming. You kind of gotta be a little older to get it.
but all that did was confirm what fans were already feeling. He's not listening, he's not adjusting, and he's not evolving. And the critics made their opinions known.
The reality of the fact is this new album, it lacks so many things. It lacks originality. It lacks a cohesive message that he promised in interviews. It lacks soul. It lacks all of the things that we thought he was going to bring. It's a weak album. It's an album propped up by features. This is DJ Khaled. It's a DJ Khaled album, except you got Khaled rapping this time. And that's Lil Baby. I'm sorry to tell y'all.
There's not really much to report. It's pretty much underwhelming, the album. It is easily listenable, but also easily forgettable. Bored me to tears outside of a couple of standout moments, which is why I'm pretty much feeling a light 3 on it.
Hip-hop isn't the same playground it was in 2020. Fans want more. They want emotion, concept, authenticity. Rod Wave pours his soul into every single record. Tyler, the Creator, reinvents his sound every album. But Baby, he told us he went through darkness, but we haven't heard that story in his music. Lil Baby isn't the hungry underdog no more. He's not the voice of the moment. He's the one the fans are waiting on but losing faith in. It's not the music blogs turning on him. It's his own fans, the casuals, and the day ones. We had a chance to see how Gunna responded to controversy. So it'll be interesting to see if Lil Baby can have a similar bounce back. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you still believe in Lil Baby's next chapter?
Yeah, man, no, you got to give Gunna props for one thing at least, and that's being able to survive the storm. And not only just survive it, man, because surviving is one thing, right? You can survive something and still come out on the shit end of the stick. But he's thriving, man. He's thriving, and he got people waiting in anticipation for his music. So, yeah, I don't know. After Wham, I'm not sure where Baby goes at this point, but I definitely had high hopes for him in the beginning. I think he might have reached his peak. I don't know. That's kind of, I think, where he at, man. I don't think he has the ability creatively to go further than where he's at right now. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll check y'all in the next one.